Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. You're looking at the GW-E100. It's the Tier 10 German SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Hinterland. And this is a grand battle with 30 versus 30. And the commander on this occasion is randyxx777. And let's see how he gets on. Okay, we're off. Now, it's a 21 centimeter howitzer, and it's capable of doing 900 alpha, 53 millimeters of pen, and 11.4 meters on the burst radius, which is quite big, and the stun duration of between 12.5 to 31 seconds, which is also quite long. Now, it's based and derived from the E100, the Tier 10 German tank, heavy tank, which never got put into mass production, but was actually designed, and they did build one, but they never completed it. It was still being worked on towards the end of the war when it was captured. Okay, we've got Progetto 65. He's just checking, can he get the shot down there? Decides not to shoot, which is probably the right decision there, because he probably just hit the ridgeline. The reload time for this Arty is 37.39 seconds, and he's got a reload of 28.65, and somebody just got hit behind that wall, but instead he's actually changing the aim. We can see an E100 down there, and a T110 E5. Rounds out in the E5. Direct hit! That took 3.4 seconds for it to travel through the sky over the battlefield, and it hit the E5 directly. Now, I wonder actually if you've ever looked up in a battle and seen these shells arcing through the sky, especially in a battle which is grand battle, because there's lots of Arty in a grand battle, and you might see these shells arcing across and you think it takes longer than 3 or 4 seconds for the shell to go that far. And I must admit, it does seem to go on for ages. But unfortunately, he's missed that shot on the Leopard. But he did stun the Leopard at least and got some splash on him. It does take a long time. Oh, now that's interesting. He just got some stun assist off a Strib 103B. And he didn't aim for a Strib 103B, so there must have been somebody in the bushes near where he was aiming. And he was concealed, but he did get stunned and then he got hit. Yes, it is quite unusual that it takes so long for the shell to arc from one side of the battlefield to the other, and you think obviously they're adding time in. It looks like they're adding time in. It's not so. It just feels like it takes ages for the shell to get there. If you've ever used shell camera, and some of the Aslains mods do actually allow shell camera to be used, infused shell camera, then it does seem forever because you're actually following the shell as it travels to the target, and that seems even longer still. Well, we've got a target there, the E50M, or E50 again I should say. I really must start using the number declarations for the other vehicles as well to get them correct. That one would be a Leopard 1. Okay. Well, MX M4, or is that M4 54 or 450? Okay, lined up and rounds out. This could be a good one. Oh, it is! It's a double bubble. He damaged both of them. Kind of split the amount of stun assist off both, but in fact he hasn't got any stun assist off either of them. But if he had actually split the stun and then they got hit, then obviously he would have picked up quite a bit of stun assist. Oh, enemy Arty coming in our direction. And he managed to work out exactly where we were. We just took 316 hit points of damage. So we might want to change position between shots. Somebody looking for Tracer coming out of the very back of the map. And because Randy hasn't actually been moving about that much, it's fairly obvious where he is. When he's fired his round in, and he got a critical hit on the E-Bumseek, and now he's moved position. Try not to leave a trace where you go, just in case the enemy decides they want to fire one. And oh, look at that. The guy who just fired before tried again. So you have to move about quite a bit, actually, just to be safe. As the Irish would say, to be sure to be sure. Yes, St. Paddy's Day is coming up soon. Lots of people looking forward to that because it's a good excuse to have a crack. In the Irish sense of a crack, if you know what a crack is. Okay. Well, having difficulty trying to find targets. Now he's found one. Okay, and it's a leopard one again. I'm not sure if that's one of the same ones he fired at before, but he's lining it up, and there you go. Good hit. Now move quickly. Another hint is actually to move forward rather than back, because a tank will move forward much faster than it does in reverse. And if you do actually go in reverse, you stand a much better chance of being hit if the other guy's alert and pre-aiming at you or getting ready to shoot. So much better to move forwards, change direction, and go laterally. Well, he just fired the round in and gets another hit. 404 this time on the Leopard 1. And he's doing it right this time. Absolutely bang on. Just pick another direction, move in that direction, move enough distance to be put between you and the previous spot, the firing or the blast radius of the enemy that might be firing at you. So yeah, outside that blast radius. Okay, he's getting ready. Another target, Minotauro this time. It's over the other side of the battlefield though. It's much better sometimes to pick targets which are much closer to you. I didn't get a hit there, only 56, splash. And again he's reversing, and oh, that's not a good thing. He just knocked down the tree, which gives a clue to his position. And if the enemy Arty is watching, they might take that tree as where he actually is and fire at that spot. You can also see the enemy is getting rather close over on the east side of the map, and he's spotted that now. So he is going to do something about it. But sometimes it's better to aim at tanks that are in sight of your teammates, just like that little one there was, the Batchat 25 ton. If that was in sight of your teammates, then they can fire at it once you stun it. Rounds out the Jaeger. Well, he did get some stun assists off that one, 415. The other reason for actually picking targets which are much closer to you is that there's very little flight time for the shells, which means the enemy can't react. Even if they get notification that a shell's inbound, there's not a lot they can do to avoid it. It's going to hit them. The question is how much damage they do, and do they get out of the way in time? Well, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get a shot on those ones now, but he might get a shot around the corner on the Leopard. You can go to overhead view to see if that one's prime. The Object 277 is just pulling back. Now he's going to pull forward. Rounds out. Good shot. Yep, got the engine bay. The E900 is moving forward. Yeah, you see, that was a good target selection. He knew the 277 was going to come forward again. Picked the target, lined up the shot on where he was, and let him drive straight into the shell the moment he went to the corner to take a shot. Unfortunately, our E900 just took a massive hit, and I think that was a big caliber gun, possibly a T110E4 or T110E5. Well, would probably be E4 rather than E5. In fact, I think it now was a Death Star. The FP215B183. We're now looking at a Jaeger on the east side of the map. He's a little far away from our teammates, but he did get a direct hit for 272 into the side. So now would be a good time to start driving south, because in fact the enemy is now almost out of the town. So if we get closer, he's got much better chance of hitting them. Yes, that Death Star, they just managed to dump into our Jaegeru. They're losing tanks. You can see where the enemy is focusing. They're focusing on our tanks that are in the town. But what he needs to do now is he needs to get closer to his teammates to give them support. The other Arty aren't really looking that closely. But there are enemy there. That Leopard 1, he could possibly... Oh, that guy's gone. Good. So he's out the way. Now we've got an E900. Line up on the shot. He fires the round in a bit premature, but he did get some stun. Oh, he got stun assist. 942 on the stun assist. And another 394 from damaging the track. So even though he didn't actually get any direct damage himself, he got stun assist and track damage off him. So that was a worthwhile shot from that basis. And just looking the other side of the church. Now is a good time to move forward, as I said. The enemy are running out of tanks. There are not many left, but the closer you get to them, the more chance you've got of getting a direct hit. He fires the round in and gets some stun. Now he is getting closer to that Jaegeru, but if he needs to, he can get behind his teammates. Jaegeru's still coming forward. The T100's coming in to harass him. Well, this will be a great opportunity to track that guy. He fires a bit prematurely there. Could have got some damage, some splash damage, but he did get it, and the guy's gone down. So there's only 4 enemies remaining. Very few left to go. A couple of the ones we're looking for are Arty. Again, he's a long way away from them, so the shell flight time is going to be 4.5 seconds, or 4.3 actually. He's looking in that little area there, but as far as we know, enemy Arty are directly to the south of him, maybe a little further over to the west. I think he's thinking this general area. And there is one nearby. There he is. He's making a run for it. And that's too late for him. There's an AMX M454. There he is. In fact, he was in those bushes. Oh, good shot. 470 from that one. And he gets a lot of stun assist off it as well. So that worked out very well indeed. Oh, a lot of stun assist. And I think that's it. Not sure if there's any left. He's looking around in this corner. I think there might be one left. There is one left. One tank, and it's probably an Arty. I think he's guessing there where there might be one. He's probably not going to get another shot. Oh, it's not an Arty. It's a Gorilla 15. And the other Arty gets him, and that is the end of the game. Well, that battle almost went the full distance in terms of time, but it was an ace tanker game for Randy XXX777 in the GWE900. And he did make it a good game in the end because he was picking up a lot of damage towards the end, a lot of stun assists, and that's why he earned the ace tanker. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 14. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. In fact, he only got 1 kill in the game, but he hit a huge number of enemy tanks in the process, and that's what earned him the Confederate. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in the game turned out to be an M60, 6,606 hit points of damage. Second highest damage was a Jaegeru on the enemy team with 5,480. And the third highest damage turned out to be the Striv 103B on his own team with 3,795. But you can see Randy wasn't that far behind. 3,592 hit points of damage. He beat all but one on the enemy team, and he was actually in 4th place on his own team. That means he was 5th on damage overall. When it came to kills, though, you can see the highest number was that 277. He got 5 kills in that game. 4 kills went to the M60, 3 kills went to a 113 Beijing, Opera, the unusual tank. 3 kills went to a Panzerkampfwagen 7, a 121B as well. And yes, so that was the first, second, and third. We can see, of course, that Randy only got the 1 kill out of the game. But when it came to base XP, he's a lot higher up to the table. In fact, he's one of only 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game, with 1,111 going to the M60, who got the highest damage, 1,084 going to that T100, who killed the Jaeger at the end, and 1,002 going to Randy in his GWE 100. He fired 18 rounds in the game, nice amount of ammo expended, a lot of damage, a lot of stun assists, 6 direct hits, no penetrations, but he did get 19 splash. Damage of 3,592, all of it at more than 300 meters. Did receive 1 hit by way of splash damage. In fact, it was a near direct hit. Nearly, but not quite. Certainly did a lot of damage, and that came from the enemy GWE 100. He managed to spot where Randy was, because Randy wasn't moving about enough. He got 12 enemy vehicles damage, 1 killed, 394 hit points of damage assistance, and 2,870 hit points of stun assist off 18 stuns, and there's your ace tanker. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 988 credits. I know it's not a lot, but it does count. And he also got 6,012 experience points as well. And yes, he did earn it. It certainly did hit a lot of the enemy and helped his teammates by stunning the enemy just when they didn't want to be. So a nice little game there by Randy. He says he's finally getting back. He's getting into the swing of it, and he's getting good damage results. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.